Welcome to Houston Life, everyone. I'm Courtney Savala.
And I am Derek Shore. Hi, everybody. So November is National Adoption Month, if you didn't know. Right now in Texas, by the way, pay close attention. There are more than 6,000 children in foster care waiting for an adoptive family. And finding loving homes for them is an ongoing and constant effort.
And we do want to share one family's journey with you, as well as more information on how you can start your adoption journey if you wanted to. We'd like to welcome Michelle Garcia and Ariane. I'm sorry, I don't have your Ariane Rebel. I'm sorry about that.
It's a tricky last
with
name.
Arms Wide Adoption Services. Thank you all so much for coming in. And Michelle, let's start with you because you have such an interesting story. Recently, you adopted your son, and tell us how that came to be, because you said you knew you wanted to be a mom for many years.
I did. So when I was very young, that was the one certain thing. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do for a living, but I knew I wanted to be a mom. And so after about 10 years of miscarriages, I decided that I just wanted to be a mom and I didn't care how it happened. And so I was looking at various options. I looked at adoption in different ways, because there are many different ways that you can do that. And so a friend of mine had told me about Arms Wide and said that she had a friend who had a positive experience. And from the moment I walked in the doors, they were so welcoming and warm and helped me through the process. And it really went much faster than I ever anticipated. And so through that process, while I was waiting for to be in an adoptive situation, Jacob and his sister actually came to my home just for a week's vacation. They call it respite. And so we started to get to know each other and just started to form a bond that time. And then a few short weeks later, his placement had been disrupted and I was still available. And so they asked if I wanted to have Jacob in my home for a couple weeks. And I said, of course, that I did. And so then,
seeing the picture of you and Jacob there.
Very nice. That's Exploding Kittens, something we enjoy playing. But anyway, and so they asked, like I said, that if he wanted to come for a couple weeks, if he was able to come, and I said, sure, absolutely. And as it got closer and closer to that 2-week mark, it just got harder and harder to think about him not being in my life. And so initially, the day that I was supposed to bring him, the night before, I sat him down and just explained what was going on, and he just cried and said, I just want to stay here forever.
Love that.
Yeah, and so Ariane was my caseworker at the time, and I called her that night and said, I just can't let this boy go. And she said, sleep on it and just make sure that you're, doing exactly what's meant to be for you. And I did. And the next morning I called and said, do it. And so they contacted the courts and made it happen. And by the time he got home from school that day, we told him that he was going to be able to stay and that he was going to be adopted. And it was just the biggest, best hug ever.
And Michelle, you are, by the way, single, technically, but you have a long-term boyfriend, Jeff, right?
Correct.
So even though you were adopting Jacob on your own, Jeff still was a huge part and still continues to play a huge role, right?
Correct.
And Ariane, I want to ask you a little bit about sort of like the temporary foster scenario, because it seems like there are so many questions surrounding adoption. I mean, it sounds like people really need an advocate working on their behalf, and that's what you at Arms Wide Adoption Services really do. You're there to serve as support and answer questions. Talk to us a little bit about this temporary foster scenario that Michelle found herself in.
So we have families that provide temporary foster care kind of in an emergency situation when kiddos are removed from their home and need a family to stay in. We have families licensed and ready to be able to provide foster care. We also have families, and our licensed foster families, sometimes when they're waiting for a placement, we'll ask them if they can provide respite care, which is what Michelle did. And basically, in her situation, it just so happened that the family that Jacob was with needed to leave the country, and the courts wouldn't allow Jacob to travel. So we asked Michelle out of the country, if she could take Jacob and his sister. And so that's how they initially met. And the plan was always just for a week of respite while I was looking for an adoption match for her, which I kept doing that while she was providing respite. And then when he came back, she stayed. They stayed. So he stayed. So basically, the kind of our role is to help find the right match in a child. With a family. We want to make sure that the family that we're looking for a match for is able to have the right skills and I guess be able to parent the child that we're placing there.
Yeah, to make sure it's a good fit.
Right. And you know what I think is so great is that I know that you had your struggles with infertility and many miscarriages, and you knew you wanted to be a mom. And then Jacob comes into your life. And most times when we hear about adoption, these are babies or infants. And what I think is great is that Jacob came into your life at 14, and but the two of you created that bond very instantly, and it seemed like that relationship was just sort of, it was meant to be when he came into your life. And so, did you ever think that the adoption world would give you a 14-year-old?
No way. No, teenagers are definitely, can be a challenge, but there's also that wonderful benefit of having adopted a teenager who has found his way to that point where, they start to give up hope. And it's awesome to be able to provide that for that teen.
What was it like for you to hear him call you mom for the first time?
It was unbelievable. Again, after so many years of waiting, it was awesome.
I want to talk a little bit about some of these numbers too. We mentioned at the top of the segment that there are 6,000 children right now just waiting to find homes. When you look at these stats on your screen from 2016, it's absolutely staggering. I mean, clearly there's a need far greater than I think a lot of us would imagine. I know that Arms Wide, you guys have placed hundreds of children, right, into homes. But I think what's even more shocking is when you look at these numbers that, children who could be adopted but eventually age out of the foster care system. And aging out, if you're not familiar with the term, but it's essentially when someone turns 18,
right,
they're no longer eligible for foster care. The rates of, those people who go on to end up homeless or end up in prison or become parents themselves, it's pretty alarming, right?
It really is. And, if you think about it, even today, when we turn 18, we might not be ready to go out into the world and be on our own. We still need our parents, when we go to college or whatever. And so if you can imagine a child who's spent the majority or a lot of their life in foster care and they haven't, really gotten those life skills that, to know how to go to the grocery store and shop off of a grocery list, to know how to use a bank account, things like that. And ultimately, they're being sent into the world to figure this out for their own, for themselves. So it is, and that's really why we really want to get the word out there about adoption and encourage families to adopt. So children don't have to age out.
Oh yeah, age out or end up homeless or, yeah. We'll continue this conversation, by the way. Can you both stick around for the next segment, Ariane and Michelle? Okay, great. Well, stick around, folks, because coming up, we're also going to address some of the misconceptions, maybe debunk some myths when it comes to adoption. So stay with us. We'll be right back.